Thanks for coming into Wilson today and greeting everyone.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you end up coaching baseball at Miami?
I played baseball from the time I was a little kid. Had a lot of, I think, people who were really inspirational to me that I think probably led me to want to get into coaching when I was done playing. And as soon as I got done playing baseball, I started coaching as an assistant at Miami, and then went over to Xavier for a little while, and then came back to Miami as the head coach about 6 years ago. So that's how I ended up there.
Who or what inspired you to be a coach?
Yeah, I'd say my family was probably the start. My dad was a coach and my grandpa was a coach, so I got to learn a lot from those guys as a kid playing. And then I had some really, really cool coaches in college that allowed me to learn things from a different perspective and see different viewpoints on how to handle people and manage people and create relationships. And I got a lot of good different viewpoints on that from Coach Guggens, who's now at University of Cincinnati, and Tracy Smith and Dan Simons are all guys I played for in college. So it was a good experience for me.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to play college ball?
If you want to play college baseball, then make sure that it looks like you love it when you're on the field. But I think it's advice for anybody doing anything that if you want to find true happiness, find something that you're really passionate about and do it as best you can. And if it ends up being baseball, then if you are really passionate, you have a ton of energy about baseball, I think people who come to watch you play, it'll be obvious to them that that's the case, and they'll want you on their team.
Besides athletic talent, what else do you look for in potential players?
Yeah, I think it would be just like the last thing. If somebody looks like they genuinely enjoy what they're doing when they're playing baseball, that's somebody you kind of want to be around a little bit more. So when I go watch a kid play, you can watch a kid go 0 for 3 and have a tough day, but if he looks like he loves being there, he communicates well with his teammates, he doesn't throw a temper tantrum after a bad at-bat or something, then that's somebody you want to keep watching and somebody you want to be around. And the flip side of that is if you pout every time you don't get what you want or every time you have a little bit of adversity, that's not a guy that you want to work with very much. It's not a guy that you'd want to be teammates with very much. So we try to find people with positive outlooks and people who appreciate the opportunities that they get.
Tell us about a rewarding experience you've had as a coach.
Man, there's been a million of them, but I think we had last year we had a nice season, and I think a big part of the reason we had that season was watching our senior class from last year and what they were willing to sacrifice for the group. And that's the first time as a head coach that I've really gotten to see that, where it was much more important to that senior class that our program and our team do well than them individually doing well. And that's a huge shift. That's a huge culture shift. And when you can get the group to care as much about the group or more about the group than they care about their own personal success, you can really do great things. And that's, I think, why we were able to accomplish some good stuff last year and why we're heading in the right direction this year.
Well, that wraps up our questions. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.